All right, what's up, guys? My name is Ryan with Freespirit Recreation. We're going to run through our facility today, look at some rooftop tents, walk you through kind of their application, and yeah, just show you guys everything we got to offer. This is our showroom here in Golden. We'll come inside and show you guys around. All right, so I'll walk you guys through our hard shell series tents. We offer 3 different types. So we've got our side opening style here. This is our Odyssey tent. All of our tents are going to come with our and our FSR Tech fabric as a hybrid approach. The reason for this is just to be able to have a true 4-season tent, and be able to collapse everything down inside and still have a low profile tent. So our Odyssey series is kind of built for people that are looking to have a giant wind block on one side, and also be able to store things on top of their tent while being able to open it still. These have a much larger gas strut on the side so that it can really support that extra weight. And that's really the benefit to Odyssey. These are really centered around your SUVs, your larger SUVs, and then your larger pickups. That's just been kind of our demographic for this tent. And it's a lot of our hunters, a lot of our fishers, things like that, people that have a recreation, they're going out, and your mountain bikers even that are storing things on top like water, extra gas, max tracks, you name it. So that's Odyssey. Walk you over to Aspen here. So this is our Aspen V2. Same for the Odyssey here. All of our tents, they come in 2 sizes. So they come in a standard and an XL size. And the reason we went with that, they're all 2-person tents at the end of the day, but we went for vehicle fitment and what really works for people. And so if you have a smaller 4Runner, for instance, or if you have a RAV4, the smaller standard size is going to fit that narrow roof line really well. The XLs are more designed for 2 things. One, if you have a full-size truck, or if you have, say, an above cab height application on a pickup truck, or if you just want more room. Those are the 2 things. If you want a little bit extra elbow room when you're sleeping at night and that's your gig, great. The XL is perfect for that. Again, same materials here. We'll have our tri-layer material on all of our doors, on the roof, on the windows, all of the vulnerable areas. And then our FSR Tech fabric around the rest. All come with integrated lighting. All of our hard shells also use this dual track aluminum system here to where you can mount infinitely anything. I mean, really anything here. You can adjust your latches, slide them around. You can mount chase lights to the back. You can mount your shovels, your hijacks, all of those things. You can mount really a lot to these tents. So. And then the third in our hard shell lineup, I'll walk you over to our Evo series, or our Evolution. So these tents are really the same frame that the 2 that we just looked at. Same frame, the only difference is this Z-bar in the middle, and that's what allows it to open straight up. It's unique to Freespirit, and we really pride ourselves in this tent. This is our flagship tent. This thing really does it all. You can store all the bedding that you want in here, your full-size pillows from the house. Everything that you see in the tent right now can be folded up into the tent. So you're really ready to camp in a moment's notice. You've got everything in here ready to go. Again, integrated lighting. This one has 360-degree views, and so if that's a consideration, the 360-degree views are huge. This is also the only tent that we have that utilizes our insulated tri-layer fabric around the entire tent. And so if you can imagine how a canteen works, like your water bottles, whatever you put inside of this tent and zip up your doors and windows, it'll maintain that temperature all night. So that is a huge benefit to this tent, in addition to the storage piece and being able to store things in it. Again, with our extruded aluminum dual channel system here, top and bottom. On the top, we do have crossbars, which we have here on this tent. These are our lightweight crossbars. We do offer a heavier duty crossbar as well, intended to, mount anything you want on top of your tent. If you think about it, if you have like a SUV and you have a Forerunner that is getting a tent put on top, you're losing your entire roof line. And so you won't have any way to store anything else on top. So crossbars are essential in that situation, which really help just, get things back on top of your tent instead of on your roof so that you can travel with whatever you need to bring with you on your adventures. And then lastly, I actually have two other tents. They're not here right now. Fold out style tents, much more tailored to your families. So you can have 4 to 5 people in some of these tents, which is huge. We'll walk through those in another video, but the last 2 tents I want to talk about are really the same tent. The Aspen Light. So this is our ultralight offering. This is a hybrid style tent. It might look the same on the outside, at least set up in this situation. We'll walk around in a second here and look, but we have our hybrid kind of top that we've developed, and it's still a piece of aluminum framing that goes around the whole tent. It's a single channel aluminum though versus a dual channel. And so you get some weight savings there. You get some weight savings with the top as well. It's a canvas material, which we can walk around and just look at that now to show you guys the difference with this tent versus our traditional hard shells. And so actually, if we look at these 2 tents side by side, these are essentially a very similar tent in how they open, how they look, how they present themselves. Difference is this is honeycomb top aluminum, and this is a tonneau style top. So a little different, but you get a ton of weight savings by cutting out your honeycomb aluminum on the top. And then the other addition to this tent, for anybody that's familiar with rooftop tents, ultralight tents are really, I guess a catch-22 in the sense that you're losing weight on the tent, which is great, but then you lose the capacity or ability to be able to carry things on top. Well, recently we just released crossbars for this reason. You can carry 115 pounds on top of this tent, which is pretty revolutionary for an ultralight tent. And I keep saying ultralight tent, so this tent's 100 pounds. Our standard size is 100 pounds, and then the XL that you see here is 110 pounds. And that's with the ladder. So if you take the ladder out, you're really looking at 100 pounds still. And so that's kind of our full lineup of rooftop tents here. If you're curious about weights on the other hard shell tents, they all hang around 150, 160 pounds. Our heaviest one's 184, so we're still under that 200 pound mark, which you'll see in a lot of rooftop tents hitting that 200 pound, 220 pound mark. So we like to keep it simple. We like to, have as much, flexibility with our tents. Also, just having convenience with our rooftop tent is probably one of the biggest things we hear people want is, hey, how quickly can I set this thing up? How easy is it? I don't need to be a rocket scientist to do this thing. So, we really pride ourselves in ease of use, convenience, flexibility, being able to mount things on top, to the side rails, things like that. So that's kind of full spectrum our lineup here of rooftop.